right, so you guys ready to like really get deep into some Pisces shit today? Like, forget your basic astrology. We're going full on human design. We're going to rip apart the six gates that kind of form the foundation of like what it means to be a Pisces, you know?
You can think of this as like a raw data dump, no sugarcoating. We're gonna like decode Pisces from the ground up.
Yeah, so for anyone listening who hasn't like gone full astro nerd yet, human design uses these things called gates. And they're basically like energy portals.
Ripped right from the I Ching.
Yeah, exactly. And like these gates, they get all tangled up with the planets and create this crazy ass recipe that makes you you.
And today we're zeroing in on the foundational gates for Pisces.
Specifically, the first line of each one.
It's like cracking open the source code and seeing how that energy plays out from the very beginning.
So we're talking about gates 55, 37, 63, 22, 36, and 25.
Heavy shit, right?
Buckle up, buttercups.
All right, let's just jump right in with gate 55. This is the Spirit Gate. This bad boy is all about emotional abundance, spiritual awakenings, navigating that like roller coaster of feels. But the first line, it adds a layer of complexity, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like wanting to like feel everything, but also being low-key terrified of like drowning in your feels. Am I right?
Exactly. The first line of Gate 55 is constantly grappling with this, like surrendering to that emotional wave versus freaking out about getting stuck.
Yeah. Which makes sense, because how does that play out for a Pisces who's, already known for being like the feels king or queen?
Well, you have to think about it. The North Point connection to Mars in this gate, it throws in some serious perseverance, like a push to actually overcome those emotional hurdles. But then you have Venus at the South Point, and it's like this whisper saying, hey, cling to that harmony, even if it means ditching growth.
Damn.
Harmony is cool and all.
I love it, but if you're not like evolving, what's the point?
Exactly. It's giving stagnation. So for a Pisces who's already swimming in feels, Gate 55 kind of just cranks up the volume. It's about learning to ride that wave without getting swept away.
Okay, so next up is gate 37, the family gate. This one just screams like emotional bonds, that feeling of belonging within your like tribe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because the first line, it drops this like truth bomb. Dependence versus interdependence.
Right. Offering care and support without losing yourself in the process.
Dude, that's like literally my relationship goals. Like I want to show up for my people, but I don't want to become a goddamn doormat, you know?
And you know what's so cool about this gate? The North Point with the sun, it shows how interdependence can actually strengthen everyone involved. It's a win-win.
But with Earth at the South Point, it can be so easy to slip into codependency. Becoming like passive or like relying too heavily on others to feel secure.
Absolutely. And for a Pisces who's known for their compassion, this gate can be a real double-edged sword. They've got to learn to set boundaries, nurture their own needs while still being, the caring friend that everyone loves.
Okay, so gate 63, the doubt gate, this one is all up in your head, making you question everything. Seriously, where's the chill?
It lives in the Ajna Center, the mental command center.
Uh-huh.
This gate operates on the collective logic circuit.
Which means?
Which means this mental energy is actually meant to benefit everyone, not just the individual.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's like the mental pressure to like figure things out is actually meant to lead to something bigger than yourself.
You got it. But the struggle is real, especially with the first line.
What do you mean?
Balancing patience with this crazy urge to squash those doubts, like immediately.
Ugh. Tell me about it. I hate that feeling of not knowing.
Well, the North Point connection to the sun in this gate, it shines a light on patience.
Okay.
Letting clarity emerge naturally. It's a slow burn, but it's worth it.
But then we have Earth at the South Point, which is like screaming, rush to conclusion.
Or get trapped in those mental loops, overthinking everything.
Exactly. And for a Pisces who is naturally intuitive, this gate can really throw a wrench in the system.
They have to find that sweet spot between trusting their gut and questioning everything.
Yeah, okay, we can pick up what you're putting down. All right, on to gate 22, the Grace Gate. This one is all about social finesse, knowing when to speak up, when to shut the hell up.
It's effortless charm.
Yes.
That makes people just gravitate toward you.
Okay, so explain where this one lives in the chart.
It lives in the throat center, the hub of communication. This gate is all about expressing yourself with impact.
Okay.
And it's part of the collective sensing circuit, which means those with this gate, they have this unique ability to experience the world through their senses and then share that with others.
So it's like they're taking in all the vibes and translating them for the rest of us.
Exactly. But hold up, because the first line drops some truth. Accepting a supporting role is key to actually wielding that emotional influence.
Wait, so like not always being the center of attention?
It's about understanding that true social mastery comes from knowing when to step back and let others shine.
Ooh, interesting. Okay, so how does that play out with the north and south points?
Well, the North Point connection to the moon, it teaches Pisces to like ride those emotional waves, knowing when to retreat, when to re-engage. But Mars at the South Point, that's a whole other story.
Oh, hell no. Is that where things get messy?
It can be. That Mars energy, it can trigger impatience. It pushes them to assert themselves before it's time. And for a Pisces who's already sensitive to vibes, that can lead to conflict. It can lead to feeling, misunderstood.
Yeah, timing is everything, especially when it comes to like social interaction.
Exactly.
Okay, next up we've got Gate 36, the Crisis Gate. This one is not for the faint of heart. It's about navigating those emotional storms, facing the dark shit, and coming out the other side like transformed.
This gate is located in the solar plexus center, that emotional powerhouse, and it's all about riding those waves of hope and pain. It's intense,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also where deep growth happens, and like gate 55, it's part of the individual circuit.
Wait, so facing those dark moments is also about like expressing your individuality.
Think about it this way. Each crisis that you navigate shapes who you are. It reveals your true strength, your resilience.
Damn, that's deep. So what's up with the first line of this gate?
Well, the first line of Gate 36, it's about using emotional resistance as a tool.
Okay.
It's about weathering those storms without losing yourself in the process.
Okay, so like not letting the tough times break you. But how does that work with the North and South Point planets?
The North Point connection to Mars in this gate, it brings that like warrior energy, the drive to push through challenges and come out, swinging. But Jupiter at the South Point, well, that can make Pisces resistant to change.
Yikes. So they might like cling to what's familiar, even if it's like toxic AF.
It's a risk. They've got to learn to let go of the past, embrace the unknown, even when it's scary as hell.
Okay, all right. Last but not least, Gate 25, the Innocence Gate. This one's all about like unconditional love, that pure heart of gold energy,
And it's located right in the G center,
which is,
the center of identity and love. This gate is about who you are at your core, how you love, and what you love.
that's like beautiful. So the first line of Gate 25 must be pretty damn special, huh?
It's about balancing self-love with that tendency to seek validation from others. Basically knowing you're worthy, regardless of what the outside world, throws at you.
Damn, that's a tough one, especially in like this social media age where everyone's constantly like seeking likes and validation and shit.
I know, right? The North Point connection to Neptune emphasizes the spiritual aspect of this gate. It's that, like, selfless, universal love. It's rooted in a deep connection to something bigger than yourself.
So like straight up Mother Teresa vibes.
You could say that, yes. But Earth at the South Point, well, that throws in a curveball.
What's the catch?
There's a risk of feeling unloved or unworthy if those expectations aren't met. It's that whole, I'll sacrifice myself to please others and maybe then they'll love me trap.
Oof, yeah. That's like a recipe for heartbreak.
And for a Pisces who's already prone to self-sacrifice, this gate is like a lesson in self-love. They've got to learn to fill their own cup first before trying to fill everyone else's.
Okay, so we've like laid out the foundation for Pisces, those 6 first line gates. And damn, that's like a lot to process. What's next?
We're going to get into the nitty-gritty details of each gate.